Hey, Brilliant. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are you? Have you had your nap, Brilliant? Have you had your nap? Have you had your Have you had your nap for work? Look, I have to make sure you go to sleep, Brilliant, because you be out here. You be out here. You be out here and you be working. Have you had your nap yet? What's going on? What's going on this beautiful Monday? It's a beautiful Monday. The pollen count is low, so they say. So the forecast says. I just had to. I just had to have my nap. I was irritated. Really? You were irritated? Girl, get you a nap then. Get you a nap. Look, that helps. Okay. When we get irritated, there are certain things like taking a nap, taking a shower, getting a hot bath, going for a walk, having a talk, like walking and talking. There are some things that will really, really help you out, okay, when you're irritated. So I hope that nap was able to, smooth things over. So I had to regroup. Now I'm up and regenerated. You're regenerated. You're rejuvenized. You're energized. Whatever it was that irritated you, or whoever it was, guess what? Well, I was about to say that was probably their goal, but maybe not. Maybe not. Sometimes people just irritate you, and it's not intentional, but sometimes they still will rub you the wrong way, right? I know I needed a nap when I seen my patience short. That ain't me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That ain't you. Brilliant. Look, I was about to say, who got on your nerves at work, but you haven't been to work yet. Uh-oh, Brilliant. Look, let me tell you, sometimes it's just the universe trying your patience. And sometimes it's just people trying your patience because they can. I can't operate in negativity. I wasn't brilliant. I understand. Let me tell you. Like I always say, when when I talk or people like me who have channels where we just talk and try to encourage and try to motivate people and uplift, it's because we need the motivation too. We need the motivation too. We need to do better too. We need to, and you would hope, that's my goal, that's my mission, is that by encouraging others to do certain things, that I'll get better at doing those things. I'll get better at doing those things, such as having more patience, uh, being more open-minded. That's something I know I could afford to be. A lot of times people will not self-examine themselves to see what things they may need, what areas they may need improvement in. And I will always say more patience for me. That's one that I think will be one for a while. Hello. I think that'll be one for me for a while because I've never had patience, to tell the truth. Patience was tried, but I'm all good now, sis. The devil is a lie. You just said a mouthful. Yes, yes. Make him out to be a lie. Make him out to be a lie, okay? Because people people will try to carry through the mission, his mission of negativity, his mission of getting you all in a ruffle. So don't let him do it. Thank you, Brilliant. Yes, y'all. Welcome to Lion Surprise Chat. Hit those like and hit those three buttons up there to the right. Share, subscribe, and thanks for your support. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You come through, you know. So if you come through, tap that like button. But look, like I always say, I'm not gonna fuss about the like button. If you come through and you give me a view, hey, I appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate it. Cause if going back outside to tap that button is gonna make you leave, then just hang in the chat for a minute. All right, just hang in the chat for a minute. And look, learn to make it a habit to like before you come in, especially if you know the content creator. I can understand not liking, because look, let me tell you, there's been content that I liked before listening, and yeah, I had to unlike it. I'm not going to even lie to you, I had to unlike it because sometimes people do a lot. Sometimes people do a lot. Sometimes people do the most. Sometimes people do the most. And sometimes people do the least. Hey, Retirement Days. Hey, Betty. Thank you, Brilliant, for speaking to Betty, because I didn't catch her coming in until I saw you speak to her. So, you know, sometimes people do a lot. Sometimes people do the most. And truth be told, sometimes people do the least. Sometimes people do the least. And all three of those, a lot, the most, the least, they can all be positive, depending on what's going on, or it can all be negative, depending on what's going on, okay? Depending on what's going on. It's hot out here today, y'all, so we're just gonna stroll. We're just gonna stroll, okay? We're getting back to the days of my best friend. We're getting back to the days of my best friend. My elliptical slash bike. Because technically it's an elliptical slash bike, but I love the elliptical portion. I love the elliptical part of it. I rarely ride the bike part. I rarely sit and use the bike. I will from time to time, but the elliptical part of it is my best friend. So, and the bike just, you know, it comes along. It rides along. Last Pride, you be saying a lot with minimum words. I be trying to, Brilliant. I be trying to, because let me tell you, if you find yourself in the position where you're saying a lot of words sometimes, you start to find yourself in a place where you don't, you know, you might not want to be mentally. You start to find yourself in a place you might not want to be mentally. Or as a matter of fact, you may already be in that place mentally, but sometimes using a lot of words can make it worse. Using a lot of words can make it worse. I'm not going to even lie to you. Using a lot of words can make it worse. So sometimes, you know, it's best to be a man or a woman of few words, not many words. You know, if it works for you to be a man or woman of many words, then good. Especially if it's working for the benefit, your benefit, or the benefit of someone else. But a lot of times, I won't even say in the world we live in today, amongst the people in the world that we live in today, a lot of times it's best to be a person of few words. A person of a few words. Just be mindful, observant, and pay close attention. Pay close attention. Pay close attention to those who you know. Pay close attention to those you think you know. Just hadn't found out yet that you don't know them. Okay, listen to that again. Pay close attention to those you know, to those you think you know, and just haven't realized that you don't know them yet. And pay close attention to those you don't know, okay? Pay close attention to those you don't know. And you'll start to notice things that you just didn't pick up before. And you may start to notice things that they're putting down that they weren't putting down before. You know, exhibiting ways that they didn't exhibit before. So that's why I started talking about the misery lounge. Sometimes the person that that owns the Misery Lounge, they'll come to you with a smile on your face, on their face, with a friendly demeanor. They'll get you kind of locked into thinking they're okay. The next thing you know, you're a part of that Misery Lounge. So brilliant. Hey, Jill. Welcome to the live, Jill. Thanks for coming in, Jill. Y'all please check out Jill's Comfort Zone. Check out A Brilliant Blessed Mess. Check out Retirement Days, Miss Betty. Check out everybody. And however you can, support people. Support everybody that you see over here. You know, you don't have to support to a person's standards. Just support to, the best of your ability. And if you know that you support, then be good with it. Be cool with it. Because some people support by giving it a thumbs up during the live. Some people support by giving you a thumbs up during the replay. Some people support by commenting. They may not give you a thumbs up. That's why I say I don't always fuss about that. Because if someone comes in and they haven't hit the like button, I would be appreciated if they would. But if they haven't, guess what? They gave me a view. Okay? They gave me a view. So, hey, and when you look at your watch hours, you never know who contributed to that. Sometimes it's people that you think aren't supporting you. Sometimes it's people who you've never seen in your life before. So I'm just always grateful when people give me a thumbs up and or give me a view and or comment, because it's all support. And that's why you have subscribing is a way of support. That's why you have so many ways to do it. So don't get caught up in the ways that you don't see. Don't get caught up in the ways that you don't see. So brilliant, whatever that was or whoever that was that irritated you earlier, I'm glad you were able to get a nap and get that irritation out of your system. Okay? What's going on, girl, Dad? Happy Monday, Lions Pride, and everyone in the chat. Happy Monday. So this is Monday moves. Are y'all making moves? What kind of moves did y'all make today? Did you make money moves? Huh? Did you make other moves? Like, did you change something? Did you change a routine? Did you meet somebody new? Did you develop a new relationship? Relationship meaning friendship, acquaintanceship, a new fella, a new lady. What kind of moves did you make today? I look at Monday as making moves, not just money moves. Because sometimes you never know if you're going to make a money move or not. You never know if you're going to make a money move or not. Sometimes the money moves don't always work out. We hope that they do, but have other moves that you can make as well, okay? Moving up at work, moving up in church, establishing new and better relationships, be they friendships, workships, neighborships, acquaintanceships, whatever it is. Make a move on Monday. Make a new move a top priority for Monday. Move, get up and start to move. Have you been meaning to move? Exercise, move around a little bit more? Have you been doing that? Because that's what I'm about. That's what y'all know. That's what I'm here to motivate you to do. Look at the legs move. Look at the legs move. Look at that feline over there. Look at the legs move. Look at the feet move. That's what we're about over here. Y'all know it's a shorts channel. But we go live to motivate, educate, uplift, and encourage, all right? And to talk, to just talk. That's why we call it Walk and Talk. So we can just talk. We can talk about what happened today. You don't have to call any names, Just like Brilliant. Brilliant came over here and shared that she got irritated today. And she took a nap. And it was so funny because I asked Brilliant, I said, Brilliant, have you had your nap for today? Because you have to work tonight, right? And Brilliant was like, yes, and I needed it. Brilliant was like, I got irritated today. And she needed that nap. See? She needed that nap. Jill speaking to everybody. Everybody, y'all speak. Make sure y'all speaking to Jill. Speak to my mods. Y'all, I got some of the best mods on YouTube. They welcome you in. They say hello. So y'all say hello back. Y'all say hello back. I got 5 people. 5 people in here, and I got 3 thumbs up. Now y'all know I don't fuss at y'all about that. I just got through talking about that. But if it's 5 people that's sitting here for at least a minute, when you get ready to leave, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, okay? Okay, how about it like that? How about we do it like that? I don't want you to go back out and hit it, because you might not come back. And I'm not trying to be funny, because that's me. That's me. That's just like when I'm doing tasks around the house. When I'm doing something around the house, y'all, if I don't finish what I'm doing, depending on what it is, but I'm saying if it's something that's quick and simple, if I break away from it and I don't finish it, guess what? It may be an hour or two before I get back to it. It may be an hour or two before I get back to it. Jill says I meant to say, girl, dad. What you say, Jill? Girl, dad says, thank you so much, you're brilliant. And hi, Jill. His link is dropped right above your requests. I will redrop with titles above whose request? Jill's? Mine? I don't know what's going on because I haven't even been looking. Y'all have to watch where I'm walking. Look, y'all don't want me to walk into the signs, do you? I have to. Let me see. Bree says, man, sis, that was me earlier. That's when I got agitated with myself because I was compromising myself trying to ease things, and that's not necessary and can be dangerous. Look, let me tell you, Bree, if it was on here, don't compromise yourself trying to ease things between grown people, okay? Don't compromise yourself trying to ease things between grown people, all right? And if you were trying to ease things between yourself and someone else, hey, state it the best way that you can one time. One time, maybe two, if their perception of what you said was far off, then leave it. Leave it at that. Leave it. Jill said, sorry about that. Trying to make me a salad for dinner. What kind of salad? And lunch tomorrow. What you making? What you putting on that salad, Jill? I like to see how other people make their salads. What I don't like, you know what? That's a better question. What don't you guys like on a salad? I don't like onions. And it's so funny to me because I see so many people who love onions on their salad. Jill said, still spelled it wrong, girl dad, sorry. Girl dad says, this Monday, met someone new, we'll see how it goes. Oh, snap, wait a minute now, shuck it duck it now. Wait a minute. Girl dad, we got to get, look, we look, okay, this is going to require our seal of approval because we can't have anybody just treating our girl dad any kind of way, okay? Okay, we know it's new. See, we sound like sisters. We sound like big sisters and little sisters over here already. All up in girl dad's business. I bet girl dad said, I came over here to share the news with y'all. Y'all talking about she got to meet the seal of approval. Look, as long as she treats you good, girl dad, you and your baby, she good with us. As long as she treats the two of you guys good, then she's good with us. Just a regular salad for tonight. I don't like onions. I think that's about the only thing that I can say that would probably come on a salad, kind of like a run of the mill, kind of like a regular salad that I don't like. I don't like onions on my salad. For one, especially if I'm away from home. You know, you got Smart Mouth, you can use that. You got Altoids, you can use those. I don't know about Tic Tac. I guess Tic Tac works for some people. I haven't used Tic Tac a lot. But you got breath mints and stuff like that. But it's just something about, I don't want to eat food at work that's gonna have me. Even if you do a rinse or something, or with your mouth, because they got those little carry around mouthwashes now. I have to brush my teeth. If I'm gonna eat something with onions in it, I have to brush my teeth. I will not feel comfortable standing. I'm going to social distance anyway. But it's just still something about that onion smell. Sometimes those onions be wild, y'all. Sometimes the onions be wild. Jill says, congratulations, girl dad, and good luck. I know that's right. Good luck. Good luck, girl dad. Look, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to be a good thing. You found yourself a good relationship today. You made a good move, okay? Okay? You're going to speak it into existence. This relationship will work out. And guess what? Just in case it doesn't, you will be aware. Your discernment will kick in and you will be aware and you will know before you move too far. Okay? Before you move too far. Bree says, I know that's right, girl dad. What he say? Girl dad said, get out of my business now. Get out of my business. I done told y'all a little bit. So, yeah, I do, and I'm not an onion person anyway, but I do eat onions on certain things. On certain things I do. And they have to be cooked a certain way. They have to be cooked a certain way. Mostly like grilled really, really good. I like them soft or sauteed really well. And when I would eat McDonald's on a regular basis, they have the best chopped onions on those cheeseburgers. The way McDonald's put their onions on the cheeseburger, it'll make me pick a Big Mac. It'll make me pick a cheeseburger over a Big Mac. Cause it's something about those McDonald's onions on that cheeseburger. Now I don't know about those other sandwiches because they say that they chop them a little bit big on those. What is it? Is it a quarter pounder? I don't know. I know they put onions on some other burger. I don't think they put them on the Big Mac. But they do put them on, what is it? It's something else. And I heard that they're kind of big. So yeah, I like the little bitty, finely chopped onions on the Big Mac when I'm in the mood to kind of spoil myself and splurge and get a cheeseburger from McDonald's. I wish I wasn't scared. I could get up on top of the house and not be scared. This girl is on top of the house, y'all. They're doing some housework. So yeah, I'm not big on onions, but I do like them. I do like them. They're just not something that I go to like a lot. I do like them though. But when I'm at work, I just feel like I need to be at home. Or if I am out at a restaurant, that's fine too, because most likely I'm going to be heading home. But if I'm heading to an event after we eat, then I'm going to try to, get something without onions, or I'm definitely going to take some Smart Mouth or Listerine or something in one of those little to-go packages, those little carry packages. Brian says, just in case, wait a minute, just trust in your, what is that? I can't see what that emoji is. Girl, dad, your sisters are nosy and watching. Look, if he brings it on YouTube, if he does a short or something, which I don't think he'll do that. I don't blame him. Well, I guess we'll get to see how they interact, but not for real. Yeah, girl, dad, don't bring your lady, like Usher says, don't bring your girl around me. Look, don't bring your girl around the tube. Don't bring your girl around the tube. Not yet, Brilliant. I usually don't do that until like at the end. If I do it. You know what? I did say for you guys to support each other though. But I think everybody in here is already doing that. I think so. I often would say y'all support each other, but I'll let you know when to drop links. Because I like to always, when I do it, I like to try to do it towards the end, unless there are quite a few people in here who I know haven't, don't know each other. Then I'll do it maybe in the middle of the live. I think to me, it distracts me. For some reason, I'm already walking, and then when I see all that blue, it distracts me a little bit. But even when I'm on my elliptical, I like to kind of, when I do that, I like to wait till the end. And then if in case I can't remember everybody, I'll do my shout out post. Because I do my shout out post usually at least once a week. Usually. Sometimes I forget, or sometimes I'm really busy, and I might go like a couple of weeks. But when I do that shout out post, it's really good for me because I get to reach people who may not really come to the live, but they always support me in the comment section. Like there are some people like Jay Turn. I don't know if you guys know Jay Turn, but his channel he's Jay Turn, and he has another channel. I can't think of the name of his other channel. Jay is one of my biggest supporters in the comment section. He supports, he supports, he supports. And so when I do a shout out post, I feel bad when I forget him because when I'm doing a shout out post, I usually put so many people on there. But I know I can't get everybody all the time. So I'm going to find a better way of keeping up with who I've done the week before because some people deserve to be on there every week. Every week. Bria said she dropped them twice. Oh, okay, Bria. Yes, I will let you guys know when I want the links dropped. I will. But that's good. That's good because some people won't do it. Like some people, even when you ask, they won't do it. And I'm like, I hear a content creator asking her moderator to drop links. Girl, the moderator stopped commenting. I don't know if it's because he or she doesn't know how to do it or they just don't want to do it. But that's just a part of being a moderator. That's supposed to be a part of being a moderator, to do things like dropping links. You know? Especially when the content creator can't do them all themselves and then they ask you to. I have seen people leave the live or at least stop commenting because they didn't want to drop links. Or they had like an issue with certain people in the live. So I guess they didn't want to drop any link because they weren't going to drop that particular link. And I'm like, that's what even if it's somebody I don't really deal with in the live, if the content creator says to drop the links, I'll drop that person's link. So I'm sure you're good now. Okay. But, especially if you have a big live. You don't have to worry about it so much because usually you'll have somebody who will do it. But I have seen people, y'all, they're moderators, and they won't. The content creator asks nicely to drop the links, and they'll get gone. And I'm like, now, so you just want to be a moderator to be able to do certain things that the rest of the subs can't do, but you don't want to help out and drop the links. What kind of busha-nicky is that? What kind of busha-nicky is that? Okay, so listen, y'all, things change, okay? Things change, we change. Remember I told y'all the tree pollen tears me up? Well, guess what? It still does. But what I'm noticing and what I've been noticing this whole spring season is that grass pollen is starting to get to me more now. It gives me the sniffles. Grass pollen is starting to get to me more. It's starting to get to me. Okay, that was music, y'all. It gives me sniffles. It gives me sniffles. And I can't stand that. It makes you feel like, well, just like the grass, just like the tree pollen, makes you feel like you have a head cold or something. So you learn something, that we change. We start to change. Okay? We start to change. People who have never had allergies can become 30, 40, 50 years old and all of a sudden, Bam, kicks you in the butt. You know, I have seen him in your comment section. He is extremely faithful. Yes. But see, you speaking on him right now shows me a lot that I already know about you. And that's that I truly recognize and value all your support. Yes, yes, bringing. See, I'm glad that you were able to say you see him because he is often in my comment section. And I really do appreciate Jay for that. I love Jay for being in my comment section, you know, helping the algorithm. He, if he just leaves, sometimes he leaves emojis, sometimes he'll say a word or two, but he is very, very polite, very nice, and he's always supportive. Always supportive. I truly appreciate Jay for that. So, and I have to do a better job at getting to his channel because, you know, a lot of times people will fuss because we can't get to each other's channels as much. And we talk about this a lot. But sometimes you don't even get the notifications. And when you're subscribed to so many people, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you just forget. You forget to go. So that's the one reason I respect him so much. I know that Jay, I know what community I saw Jay in, and I know that there are a lot of people that he knows and he encounters, and he never fails. If I don't see him in a couple of days, he's gonna come. And most often, a lot of the times, he's the first person to comment on some of my shorts, because really that's all I do. He doesn't really comment on the lives, because you know, it's just some people just, they move a certain way. Like you have some people, they don't like videos, right? Some people don't enjoy lives. Some people are more of, they more like, they like shorts. They're more of a shorts person. And I've noticed that about certain people. Like they'll never leave a comment in my lives. They never leave a comment in the replay. But when I tell you they're faithful on my shorts, like Lucinda Baxter. Lucinda will go up and down your shorts for, it looks like what it took would be 2 or 3 hours. So whenever I do drop links or whenever I do shout outs, Lucinda, I'm always trying to, you know, support her and Rock. Rock is a moderator. Rock isn't in the lives as much. Every now and again she comes in, but let me tell you, she's gonna support you in the comment section. So you can't really dictate to people how to support. It's just some people just have certain ways that they do it. And I appreciate them. I see them, you know, I actually see them. Like Brilliant, Jill, Sassy, they tend to come to your lives or they catch your replay. I genuinely appreciate that. I appreciate everybody the same because they don't have to, you know, do it. They don't have to do it. So I greatly appreciate it. If I put a short, let me tell you, if I do a short, I'm looking, Jay is one of the first people I'm looking for. That's just how much he supports. He's one of the first people I'm looking for. But when I look back at my live replays, I'm not looking for Jay. Because I know that he's a shorts person. He enjoys shorts. The Jay Jordan and I, he touches through sometimes on the lives. He won't hang around long, but I'm the same way on his lives. But we support each other a lot. The Jay Jordan will share me out. He's one of the people that shares me out a lot. So I try my best to share him out as much as possible because he is great. You show Jordan some love, he's gonna show it back, and he's not gonna half step with it. Like he's gonna show you just as much as you show him. So I really appreciate that. So that's why I say I try not to get too, you know, like my mods are supposed to ask you guys to like, and I appreciate that. I'm grateful to have the mods that do that. But I don't, when I don't see, if I look back and I see 100 views and only 10 likes, I don't get mad about that because 100 people still stop for at least what does it take? What does YouTube count as a view? Like 30 seconds, a minute or something like that? So you got to be great. You know, you got to get in where you fit in. You got to appreciate what you can get. You got to appreciate what you can get. My phone is trying to rotate brilliant. I see these comments. I'm trying to make this phone act up. Okay, there it is. Let me see. Let me go up a little bit. Okay. If a content creator asks you to do something on their channel, it's mad disobedient to disregard them. Right. Who does that? Right, right. The nerves. And my now another thing too though, I just think we have to be adults about things because I have seen content creators get mad at moderators, but what they fail to realize is that just because you see a moderator in your chat, one doesn't mean they catch everything, especially if you have, whether you have a few or a lot. Because if you have a few, the moderator could have stepped away, because they're looking like, okay, chat not really popping off real good. I'm gonna keep it going he or she can get the view, but I'm gonna start cooking. So guess what? When do things usually happen? Right when you walk away, right? So they walk away for maybe 5-10 minutes. They come back, and all heck is broken loose in the chat. Well, they were there maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and everything was kosher. Everything was cool. So you can't expect. I think this is what brilliant. Exactly what you said. Whatever you ask the moderator to do within reason, that's just like on any job or just like in a relationship. That's what you're to do. And if you don't want to do that or have those, responsibilities, then let them know. Doesn't mean they have to unmod you, but maybe they will. It just depends. It really shouldn't matter because maybe you don't want to do that. So they're like, okay, I'll let another mod do that. Or they'll unmod you. Big deal. But as content creators, we can't always expect mods to be there. Usually, if something pops off, say there's a few people in the chat, and you say, you know what, I'm going to get dinner started. 9 times out of 10, something's going to pop off when the moderator steps away. You can't be mad talking about, you ain't modding for me. Yeah, like, what the hell? Are you crazy? Like, things happen. And that's just the way of the world. That's just the universe. It happened when the mod stepped away. Sometimes you can stuff, and then you have to know, who you're modding for. Like the people I mod for, I know which one usually has 1 to 200 in the chat, and I know which ones usually has 40, 50 in the chat, and I know which ones usually have, 10 to 15 in the chat. So if it's one that usually has maybe 10 to 15, I'm going to be more likely to step away, but I'm letting them continue to play so that they can get the view, in the hours. So if I come back and something popped off, and you talking about where I was at, I'm like, are you damn crazy? It's not that many people in here, and even though something popped off, the content creator themselves, you're your own best moderator. You're your own best moderator. So if something happened, do your job and mod. Modding is a job for you too, because you're the content creator. You are the head mod in charge. You are the head mod in charge. Bria says, you do an amazing job showing your gratitude. That is honestly one of the unique things about you. Jill says, I don't expect much from my mods to do much. I don't go live that often anyway. You see, Jill, that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to learn to write. Thank you, Brilliant. Exactly, Jill. You have to, and Jill definitely shows appreciation to her mods in more ways than one. And I'm just going to tell y'all that. And it's nothing that she has to do. I don't think, when we take on the job as mod, most people didn't even ask to be mods. I started to see that a long time ago. Sometimes you go in some chats, time you touch down, boop, you got a blue stick. Bloop, you got a blue stick. Some people are just like that. It depends on the chat. And some people say they do that because a lot of people maybe don't get along well, and so nobody will block anybody. Okay. Some people say they do that just for networking reasons, so they can drop their own links or whatever. However the content creator handles that. Well, some people just do it. I just do it just to make sure, just in case, because I try not to have a whole bunch of drama or stuff like that, but I do want to have somebody who I can trust to look out for things. If I step away, if I say, hold on a second, y'all, and then something does pop off. Now, if that happens right now, if Jill and Brian were to walk away, if Jill just said she was doing a salad, and she didn't have to say that, but I'm just saying, I know this now. Jill is doing a salad or whatever. Brian may step away and I may not know what she's doing. So if some things happen in the chat and they both miss it, and then they come back in the midst of it, why would I be upset? Why would I be upset? First of all, it's not that many people in the chat. Secondly, people have lives. Third, you're not paid to be a moderator. It's not like when you're at your job and you're paid to do every single thing that you're doing. And so your attention is required. It's mandated, basically. And sometimes it's not even mandated at your job. But you know what I'm saying. So you come back, and so you get busy, start trying to handle things and figure things out. Why would I pop off on you and say, Jill, where were you? This happened. Brilliant. What took you so long? This was going on for 5 minutes. Especially if it's a channel that doesn't have a lot of people in the chat. The content creator is the head mod. The content creator is the head mod. So sometimes you be dealing with people who be having some things going on. I'm telling you, they be having some things going on. Bree says, sis, we are about to have a inside conversation because if you know, you know what you're talking about. I'll never forget when a content creator had you messed up when did that. Yeah, crazy ass. Crazy. And I'm like, crazy and a coward. Because the person or persons that she should have been addressing at that particular moment didn't say a word to him. And I'm like, oh, see, that's what brilliant. Sometimes things happen, but Jill says, right. Jill says, only reason I added 2 more mods is for when I have events. Right. Woo, Jill, what you talking about? Because y'all, Jill be having, Jill be having events. And sometimes things start to popping off that you normally don't see in her lives. So I truly understand that, Jill. I truly understand that. Why things start to go that way, I don't know. But I truly understand that. Right, brilliant. I'm like, girl, sit down. Don't, sometimes, even for me, as short as my patience are, sometimes it's more productive to laugh at somebody or to ignore somebody. It depends on the circumstances. Like, I know I'm very short patience. But under those circumstances, they prove to be a coward. I'm like, you just proved that you're a coward. You can't handle where you should have been throwing that energy at. But little did you know, you really can't handle me. So I'm going to let you be good on that. I'm going to let you be good on that. I was like, you really can't even handle who you should have been giving the energy. But because you think I'm nice, you threw the wrong energy to the wrong person, and you really didn't even know you couldn't handle either one of us. So people do crazy things. Like, I never expect. Now, if somebody, it's just like I think Jill maybe said once, if you're never there, you never around, then, handle them how they handle you. Handle them how, because there have been times where I'm in chats where I've seen these arguments happen. The mod content creator arguments happen. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, she's right. Every time somebody else goes live, because we usually go around in some of the same circles or whatever. Every time somebody else goes live, she's right there. Whenever she goes live, she's always, I'm doing this, but I'm listening. Or yada, yada, yada. But everybody else is live, she's interacting. So I understood what that content creator was standing on, because it was like, okay, you can put it on the time of the day. You can put it on work. But when I see you throughout the day and night, here, and here, and then I see you in mine, maybe 3 times a week, but these other people are live every day throughout the day, and say if they go live 3 times, which some people do, it ain't no way in the world I go live 3 times. I don't see how they do it 2 times. Unless it's for like 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. That's why I will go live and stay like an hour and a half. But you got some people who stay live 2 hours every time they go live. And they go live 2 or 3 times a day. I can't do it. I can't. You're supposed to sleep 8. And you're supposed to work 8 to 12. So you're going to do the rest of the time on live? But, really, sometimes you have to think of the situation. And like I said, there are certain things in life that will teach you patience. But you have to have acknowledged that you don't have them, right? So I acknowledged a long time ago that I don't have patience. So when certain people do certain things, depending on the situation, you just have to laugh at it. You just have to laugh at it. And guess what? That makes them madder. That makes them angrier. Jill says, that's crazy. Bree says, you always made me say the B word. Crazy. I would never disrespect my moms unless they disrespect me. Exactly, Jill. Exactly. Jill says, that's crazy. I'm not watching where other people go. Right. But see, the thing about it, Jill, I think what happens is that I don't think that they're really watching to see. But you know how sometimes you just become aware of things because you do see? Like, say you have mod A and B. Okay? Of course, mod A is not in all of your lives. But they seem to be a regular. You know, if you go live, I'll say 5 times a week. I'm not going to call a regular even 3 times. I'm going to say if they're in there twice a week. To me, that's a regular. And you have another mod who they come in like maybe once or twice or 3 times. They may come in every time, but it's like they get gone within 2 seconds and you're live for like an hour and they never really come back, or they dart in for a second. As a content creator, if you see them in other chats, not that you're following them, but you see them, and if you can hang around and you can dart around, you know, you handling your business, but every time you come back to the live, your moderator is contributing, wide open in conversation. Every time somebody else goes live, you'll notice that. Like, you'll notice that. So I do understand sometimes when people say, well, you know what, that's what they want to do. And then I understand when they say, well, I just unmod them. Because apparently, and that's the way I would think. I'm like, apparently they're too busy. Because sometimes you just like other content more. And that could be what it is. They could just like that particular content creator's content more. So it's like they can't miss a beat. They got to be there every time they go live. So sometimes that's what it is. But then other times, I'm not going to lie, it would make me kind of side-eye to be like, okay, if it's in the morning, if it's in the afternoon, if it's late at night, or at night, they're there. And if that live is an hour, they're usually there the whole live or throughout the live. But when I go live, they come in and they're suddenly just like gone within a minute or two. Fine, they could have something going on. But if it's like that every time, you're gonna notice it. It's just human instinct. It's just, that's not even discernment. It's just like you're noticing, you're aware of what's happening. But at the end of the day, you can't get upset about it. You may be a bit perturbed by it, but that's when, as an adult, you got to pump your brakes. And you got to realize and you got to remember that people are grown. So for whatever reason, they don't find that your content is for them. So just unmod them. Just unmod them. It's like people make things so much harder than they should be. Just unmod them. And y'all can still be good. Or y'all still should be good. I'll put it that way. Jill says, that's crazy. I'm not watching. Yeah, and you never know if those other content creators are paying their mods. That's true. That's true. But some of them, I don't know. You know how we are. We can't hold water. People like recognition. And people like letting stuff slip. So you'll pretty much kind of know who's doing that and who's not. Because, not saying any particular content creator per se, but I have had some who do pay. And baby, the first time they don't get done what they say, you're going to know about it. You're not going to know what they paying, but you're going to hear, I pay them. You're going to hear it. People are just geared that way. You'll hear, not all of them will do that, but more will do that than not. Because guess what? Guess what we are as people? We're messy. We're messy. We are messy. And sometimes grown adults think that they have control over other adults. So a lot of times you'll end up finding out quick who does pay. Because word gets out. Because people can't hold water in a bucket. People can't hold water in a bucket when it comes to stuff like that. And so, and if that happens to be the case, then you're like, oh, okay, you get it. But at the same time, it's like, Well, why didn't they just tell me they couldn't mod? That's why I say I always ask. I'm real reluctant about making a person a mod before asking. I try to ask. Just like they say, don't take on more than you can handle. Don't bite off more than you can chew. So I try to ask. And that gives them, you know, the time to say yes or no. But I do think for those content creators who are big enough to pay, because if you're paying like that, then that person probably don't even need a job. Like, because if you're paying like that, because I don't think there's anybody on here who could pay me to be in every live. I just don't think that they would be able to afford that. But you know, different strokes for different folks. Some people it may only take $5. Some people it may only take a gift card. You know, every so often you just never know. So that's why when you see that, I think you should just as a content creator, don't be mad at people. You know, just unmod them. Just unmod them. And then as a mod, don't be upset if you get unmodded. Just kind of think about it. Because you'll know you'll know who you place, where you put most of your attention. You'll know. Because, like, let me see, I've been unmodded before. And let me tell y'all what I did when I was unmodded. I was like, ooh, thank you. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I was like, ooh, thank you. Because I do feel like you should be able to spend a good amount of time where, oh, y'all look at that. Those are those elephant ears. Y'all see that? Somebody just cut, they're doing yard work, and those are those elephant ears. They're small ones. Yeah, I'm telling you, certain plants just catch my attention. Let me go up some because I'm missing the comments. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Jill said you never know who's paying. That's true. Exactly, Jill. And that's why I mods you can respect and be respected by. That was such a turn off. Girl, I don't know what IAGL means. Now I'm moving. I am going. Girl, brilliant. Look, let me tell y'all something. Brilliant be on these. Brilliant be on these. What you call them? I can't even think of what you call them. Brilliant says IAG. I ain't going. I don't know what that means, Brilliant. Now moving on. I'm about to delete my comments before you know how some folks be looking for me. Yes, Brilliant. Yes. Jill says yes. Jill says that could be it, or maybe they were modding for them longer. Yeah, it's a lot. That's why I say I ask. Yeah, I ask, and then if I see that type of thing going on, I'll just like unmod. And then if a person does truly want to know why they were unmodded, I mean, the reason would be simple. It's just like it is kind of like a job then. If your supervisor asks you to work extra 4 hours every day and you do it for 2 days, who is he to complain that you can't do it the third day? Okay? So if the mod says, well, why was I unmodded? And I'm like, well, you seem really busy. Then the mod shouldn't feel the type of way either. And most of the times you can just like talk it out. I mean, it's something that you could even talk out in the chat. It don't even have to be a big misunderstanding. Some people have misunderstandings, and that's what I don't get about it. Now, if a misunderstanding happened, then of course. But I'm saying just about who's a mod and who's not. Some people have big misunderstandings about that. Brian says it's sad because it really does. The more positive and real you are to yourself, it seems to annoy you. Yes, and anger folks. It does, Brilliant, on this app. In real life, that has attracted me to people with the same values, but not on here. Yeah, it's totally different. Jill says that's true, but you can't control where people go. No. That's what I'm saying. You can't control it. Nobody try. I think a lot of people, when they hear somebody say something, I think the defense, people get on the defense so easily. Like, if somebody's really trying to control where you're going, you'll definitely know it. Like, you'll know there's a difference between that and what I'm talking about. Like, you'll definitely know. But like I said, it's like it's discernment. Some people have like strong discernment, and most times mine is panned out. And people will tell you something and they'll be mad because you're able to discern differently. And then weeks later, days later, weeks later, you see it for exactly what you thought. And so that's why I never let anybody make me ashamed of me having discernment. Ever. Ever. I never let them talk me down from my discernment. Because it's like if you know, you know. Doesn't make you psychic, doesn't make you some kind of mind reader. It makes you a person who have studied a lot of behaviors and you have been in a lot of situations and a lot of relationships. And even before that, you have discernment. Sometimes, it's just like God gives some of us bigger hips. God gives some of us more academic smarts. God gives some of us more street smarts. Did we get it from the streets? Yeah. But we were put in those situations. God doesn't allow anything to happen that he doesn't know about. So we have more street smarts. Some people have more discernment. And no matter how much a person tries to talk you down out of your discernment, you don't let them do that. They will tell you, I know what I was thinking. I know what I was doing. Yeah, but I know actions speak louder than words. The old sayings always come to play with me. Actions speak louder than words. The way you move always speaks to me more than what you say. The way people move, that's in life, off of the app, that's on the app. The way you move speaks louder to me than what you say. And if you become defensive about it, especially if I'm cool about it or my approach is cool, then I know my discernment has served me well. See, that's a whole different thing when people get mad about people. I see that a lot on here. It's like a cult mentality when people get mad about where people are. But I'm saying just as moderators and stuff like that, whether they're being paid or not. Like I said, if it's Tasha K, then they might be getting enough to make a living. But I'm just saying, if I don't see anybody paying a mod $50 a week in the channels that I go to. I mean, and even $50 a week would be what, $200 a month. Nah, nah. So what I'm saying is that it will, as human beings, you can't shut your feelings out. You can't remove your discernment. It makes you feel a way to be like, okay, um, because even when you see them live in those lives, you may not always be able to hang on them. But it's just that God is trying to tell you something. You can't let what people say remove what God is trying to tell you. When you see certain things, no matter what the situation, discernment is key. A picture is worth 1,000 words. A picture is worth 1,000,000 words. Movements and actions speak louder than words. That's just what I'm meaning. But not like about trying to control somebody. And I'll let those movements and actions allow me to determine what I do when it comes to that kind of stuff. I won't let just seeing somebody in another chat make me mad and make me say, why are they there? No, we're not talking about that, like control. But we're talking about, okay, because it could be the person just doesn't know how to tell you that they got too much going on. Some people, y'all, when I tell you, some people mod in every chat that I see. In every chat that I see. So I'm thinking, okay, that's a good mod. And like Brilliant is probably mods in every chat that I see. And so I knew she was a good mod. And so I was like, uh, if one of my mods if I ever unmod somebody, or if I ever need another mod, I was gonna ask Brilliant. But I wasn't gonna just gonna make her a mod because I know Brilliant, like she works night shift and she mods for so many people. She mods for so many people. So it's like, you never can control an adult. I would never try because nobody can control you. But you can't dwindle things down just to make everybody feel comfortable because it really shouldn't be a discomfort or an uncomfort anyway. And that's the thing that I was meaning at the beginning. People can't just have conversations. And I don't even think you really have to have a conversation. You just unmod and you unmod them. Or they just ask to be unmod and you say cool and it happens. Like when Sassy asked to be unmodded, I'm like, so what do you say? Huh? It was the way she was saying it. And I don't know. And that could be because of people watching how people move. And I don't blame you. You never know. You have to sometimes be real careful with your words with people because people are something else. We humans are something else. Like, if I say, Jill, unmod me, please, then you know, under regular normal circumstances, I think Jill was just like, okay, I got you. But because of the way people move on here and the things that go behind stuff like the mod stick, I wouldn't be surprised if she says, well, I wonder why she said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, this app is just, it's just the way things go generally on the app. It's kind of like at your job. Things go on your job unlike the way they go at your home. Things go on at church unlike they do at the next person's church. You know, and some things are the same. So it's just I just feel like the way people have treated the mod stick has made it an uncomfortable conversation for some people. It's made it an uncomfortable tool to have for some people. Jill says you can't sweat the small stuff. Brian says, me too. Me took lunch probably one time. I was looking silly at the face when it happened because I was in my head thinking I did something, but I had to stop questioning myself and I was happy. Yeah, like, and then, you know, sometimes it's best not to question stuff. To be honest, truth be told, sometimes it's best not to question things because I don't know. Most of us have emails, so if you do question it, like you can email somebody. But sometimes if you can't contact them through email, you don't have a contact number, a point of contact at all, then you may ask certain things in the chat. And if I decide to ask that question, I got to be prepared to accept the answer. You know, somebody may say, well, I'm not going to talk about that in the chat. And I got to leave it at that. Or they may say something, you know, off-putting, and I'm like, oh, okay. Then you know to just leave that person alone. You know what I'm saying? You know to just kind of leave that person alone. And that's not even about a mod stick. That's about anything. That's about anything because you never know what somebody has said. You never know what they observed. They may have seen something and took it the wrong way. You never know. People take things that people say in the chat sometimes the wrong way. People take people laughing in the chat sometimes the wrong way. It's just, I go by what they typed. Now the emojis, we really can't do that because it could be a comment and you don't know what comment it is. Now if you're following, yeah, of course, if you're following, I'm not gonna let nobody play me stupid. If you're following, then yeah, you know. But of course, what are people gonna say? Yeah, they don't know who I was talking to. They don't know this or they don't know that. Man, get out of here. We're not 5. A 5-year-old can figure some of that stuff out. You're not 5. Let's see, Jill says, I'm not saying we are having a discussion. I'm speaking about some content creators in general. About what? Let me see. You can't sweat the small stuff. I'm not showing up to nobody's live tomorrow every day. I know. No, you can't do that. People have to work. I work. Heck no, I barely go live. It's been times I've been live the whole month and I have seen some of my mods not once. Yeah, and you just never know. You never know what they're doing, but it's like when I don't see them like that, it's like I say, for me, it's a discernment. It's a degree and a grain of discernment that I have, that I've always had, that I use throughout life. And I'm like, that's not to say that you're never wrong, but it is everything. Intuition. It's just like a woman's intuition. She knows when she has a cheater. A woman knows when she has a cheater. You're not going to let that man keep telling you something. A man knows when he has a cheater. You're not going to let that woman keep telling you something and then trying to apply ways to make it not be what you think it is. That's just people in general. Sometimes we'll just keep ignoring it and keep ignoring it and keep ignoring it. We'll ignore them cheating for a month, 2 months, 3 months. Doesn't mean it's not happening. Some of the things on here we can ignore for a long time. Doesn't mean it's not what your discernment has told you. It's just like I tell my kids, my nieces and nephews, always use your discernment. Always. Never let somebody beat it down. Never let somebody give you, like we talked about yesterday, excuses that they're using as reasons to beat down what you feel. Jill says she asked too. I went up a little bit. Yeah, you asked too, Jill. Let me see. Yeah, you do, Jill. You always ask. I see you ask, whenever I've seen you mod somebody, I always saw you ask them. I ask too. I always tell you guys, whenever you want to be relieved as mod, let me know. Yep. You say, yep, I've heard you say that. I've heard you say that before. Bree says, to be honest, it was a person that modded me without asking. See, and they had messy content. So to be honest, I was relieved in the end. But I do support their chat still often. But what a relief. Yes, brilliant. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you get so much relief. Sometimes it's a big relief. Because it's like you support them, but not necessarily their content all the time. And then some people, sometimes, like, if it's a person that a lot of people don't click with or they're not really well liked, people will have their content or whatever. And maybe the person isn't well liked, but sometimes you kind of start to think, well, geez, how much is this going to be? Is this going to be all the time? Like, and so you kind of, you're relieved. You're happy. You're glad. You're glad. What Jill said? Jill said, yes, Bria, don't question yourself. Yes, you know what it is. Exactly. That's what I mean. Don't question yourself. Now, and when I say that, it doesn't mean that we don't sometimes misinterpret or misunderstand. I'm just saying, generally speaking, always listen to your intuition. Always use discernment. Always. Brilliant says, say that, Jill. Uh, I know you were brilliant. Relieved from the yes. Jill, I know she was, and I think I know what she's talking about. But I would never say, but I think I know what she's talking about. But because I kind of knew when it happened, and I was like, I knew I felt like she was relieved because Brilliant is not like that. Brilliant is not like that. And we be in messy chats. We can be in messy chats, but it doesn't mean that we're always up for the type of mess that we certain people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can be in messy chats. This is just basically dramatic chats. We can be there, but it doesn't always mean some chats. It's just a bit too much. It's just like hitting a nail with a hammer. Boom, 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 boom. The nail goes into the wood as far as it can go, and they got the hammer and they're still boom, 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 boom. Yes, Jill. We are human. Let me see. Thanks, Jill. At my young age of 49, I find myself more in my head than ever these days. The devil is a lie. Not sure if I've let bothered people bother me or what, but question myself when I know who I am. Gotta stop. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. People will invite you into their misery lounge all the time. Sometimes they have an ugly face and immediately don't go. Sometimes they put on a good face and you may accept it and you may go. And like I say, you talk about discernment. We're not always right, because sometimes that person can pretty that package up for you so good that you think it's all good. And so you go in there. But at the first sign of trouble, get out of that misery lounge, go back to your happy lounge, your happy place, and you may not always be happy there, but at least you won't be in their misery, okay? You won't be in their misery. That's why I always say that. Maria says, but it's crazy because all the people I mod for, I work and support for real, and would in real life. There are about 8 queens. I ain't gonna lie. Brilliant. The L got me brilliant. I was like, I ain't gonna what? Jill, we gotta tell Brittany gotta put these watch when I get off this live, I'm gonna call it what it is. But she gotta interpret these little short phrases that she creates, these short-term words that she creates. And then look, maybe I just need to catch up on them. Jill says we never know what people are going through in their personal life. It probably has nothing to do with YouTube. Yeah, you never know. That's why I say sometimes people usually you try and get 8 hours of sleep. You try to go to work 8 hours. It's longer than that if you include the commute. That's what, 16 to 18 hours. You only got 6 left. You got to spend time with family. Or you got to have you some me time. And then you have people who literally go live 2.5 hours at a time. And so those are the ones that show me, okay, hold on, y'all. Okay. He got the message when he looked at my eyes roll. You can like just tell I'm like, so if you want that dude to come, the dude that you see right down the street, if you want him to come up here to this truck, get out. Get out. You gotta, people see what I'm talking about. People gotta know who they dealing with. He slowed his truck down, knowing he don't know me from Adam House Cat. I'm like, okay, stop. That's why I said, hold on, y'all. Because two things were about to happen. I was about to yell down the street, which he's looking down the street anyway, and they were about to have a conversation. But he used better judgment, and he decided to just drive on off. He decided to drive on off. He decided to drive on off. Let me see. Jill says, we never know. Oh, yeah, you do. You never know what people are going through. Y'all know how I feel about that. That's why I say give people a smile. Even if you can't give them a smile, nod your head or something, or at least try not to, bother them. Try not to be an extra thorn when they already may have a side full of thorns. Try not to be an extra thorn when they may already have a side full of thorns. Jill says, I understand where you're coming from as well, Lines Pride. Bree says, I ain't gonna lie, I hope I wasn't the reason Sassy don't want to anymore. I love Sassy and Jill. They are two queens like you, Lines Pride. That character speaks for itself. Jill, Sassy, Chef, Ultimate Mod Team. Hey, April. Uh, Jill says, Brilliant, I have learned your abbreviations. You are teaching me. Jill, I don't know. Look, Jill, I don't know if I should have known it already or not. I don't know. I think it's Brilliant's own personal thing, but I think I may have. You think maybe she should have known that? Jill says, I am learning. April says, I'm probably not well liked because I see the way these people move. I know, Miss April. I see. April has this. April has that discernment. I see. I was just playing. I don't know if it's her discernment or what it is, but I can tell Miss April, I can't, her discernment is hers, so I don't know that's what it is, but I can observe, and I have observed that Miss April don't take it. Like, she just don't take it. You know what I'm saying? She'll say she speaks what she wants to speak, and I have seen people, I guess, get a little mad or get perturbed by her, and, she just like, it is what it is. She said what she said. Now I'm not saying that to say I haven't seen her listen to somebody, because I think we all should be able to listen to each other. That's called communication. Even when you're mad, if you can't do it right then, I think we all should be able to, and y'all know, like I tell you, my patience are short, but y'all know as a young man that I worked with for a long time over here until he said something to Jill that just totally ticked me off. Like, he had ticked me off a couple of times. He was asking a lot of weird questions from time to time. And, we accepted him because I think everywhere he goes, everybody has the same mindset when it comes to him. I'm not going to say explicitly what I'm talking about, but I think you guys know. And he had said a couple of things, and then it's like a he, ha, ha, ha. So, and I'm thinking, okay, we're giving someone the benefit of the doubt who's not, ain't nothing going on, and he can't give us the benefit of the doubt. Because honestly and basically, he's taking little shots, or he's saying little murky, smirky things. And when he said that was just the last straw for me. Like, I've seen him in other chats. When he says hello, I say hello. This time I would just hide him, and then I would unhide him later, kind of give him a cool off period. But then when he made a joke out of that, the last time Jill wasn't feeling well, that was just kind of it for me. That was kind of it for me, because I felt like there was a reason I had more patience with him. There was a reason that I had more patience with him. And it's the same reason I think that most people have patience with him. But we have to think about, sometimes when people have issues or things going on, sometimes those people are highly functioning. Okay? So they may have some things going on, but a lot of times they are often highly functioning. They function on a higher level. They're not to the point where they don't know what they're doing. And so I was just tired of it. I was just like over it. Will I unhide him again? Maybe, I don't know. But that one particular time when he did that, I was just so outdone till it's like it's been really kind of peaceful for a long time. It's been peaceful for a long time. But yeah, Miss April will get people straight. And then it's not even about getting people straight. I just see her saying what's on her mind. So do I agree with everything Miss April says? No. She probably doesn't agree with everything I say, I'm sure. But what I do like about her is that she stands on what she says. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. Like, you can't change the way people feel. And there's so many people on this app that want to change the way grown adults feel. Jill says, I don't think that's why Sassy's no longer my brilliant. I know she went back to work. Um, April says, I am a grown woman. I can go where I want to go. When I see the BS, I'm gone. Right. Exactly. Exactly, April. Jill says, I don't see Sassy as much as I used to. April says, hey, Jill. So Sassy just walked in. Y'all, am I real behind? Because Sassy just walked in. I don't know how many more comments are down there, but I'm moving. I'm moving. See, the legs are moving. The legs are moving, and the finger is moving. The finger is moving. Watch the legs move. Watch the legs move. Watch the legs move, and I want you to get up and I want you to move. I want you to walk. You can walk slow, like I am, or you can do a brisk walk. That's what I really want you to do, that brisk walk. But see, I was on my best friend today. I've been on my best friend every day. My elliptical is my best friend. She won't lie to me. She won't lie to me. So you can move like that. You can skip. If your legs let you, you can skip. You can jog. We can do that. See? Then you see you jog, the dogs get the barking at you. And then you can run. Now I'm not going to run because the phone might fly out of my hand, okay? The phone might fly out of my hand. So we can walk briskly, we can jog, we can skip, we can run, okay? We can dance, we can skate. We can use our bicycle. We can use our stationary bike. We can use our elliptical. We can use our treadmill. There you go. Again, 10 to 11 things you can do to get up and get moving. Okay? Okay? Sassy says, hello, Lounge Pride, everyone in the chat. April says, hey, Brilliant. Everybody speaking to Miss April. And April speaking back. Brilliant says, okay, I love me some Sassy. Everybody speaking to Sassy. Thank you, everybody. What April, Brilliant said, April Showers, I haven't heard anyone say that they don't like you, Queen. Look, Brilliant. I haven't heard anybody say that either. But I have seen Miss April get some things straightened out, okay? I have seen Miss April get some things straightened out. And it's not so much to say that there was an argument or anything. No, I haven't seen that. But I'm just saying she lets people know how she feels and that she stands on what she feels. And I think everybody should be able to do that. I think everybody should be able to have a conversation without, getting so mad with each other all the time. But I think that's what we fail to do. I do think sometimes that people get a little bit angry when they feel like they're not being heard. So I do understand when people feel like they aren't being heard. But what I kind of typically would do with that is like I'll just let them know, like, let me see if I can get this straightened, because I think I'm understanding you, but then I'm not quite sure that I am because of the interaction. So sometimes you just kind of have to like really have a discussion, like really put it on the table. Jill says, hey, Sassy Hun. Bree says, April Showers, I haven't heard anyone say they don't like you, Queen. Jill says, good. Bree says, I just screamed out loud. Last Pride said, some had an ugly face that tells you don't go in that mirror. God, I know I'm behind. I think I said that probably a quarter of a mile ago. I hope y'all been carrying the conversation for me. Jill says, nope, I shouldn't have known that. Let me see. Some people be so evil, you really can. Yeah, you can. You can see it in their face. You can hear it in their voice. Jill says, right. Jill said, I blocked. Jill, I was in the chat not too long ago, and all three of us were in there. So I didn't hang out too long. I just, because I let it play. I came in and said hello. Because like I said, a lot of times we're just letting each other play. And y'all, that support, to me, that's better support than even liking my live. I know the likes get you in the algorithm, but just to see the interaction and the support, I like that as well. I think all of that helps. So I I was in there, he was in there, and Jill was in there. And I was like, oh boy. And I just knew he was going to specifically speak to me. And it was in another, which I don't mind because that's what mods are supposed to do. But I don't know if you caught it, Jill. And maybe I missed it. Maybe I was in there late. But it was real funny how see him speak to you, but he spoke to me. I was like, what? Bree says, bye, boo. Sassy says, hey, Jill, thanks for understanding. I got a lot going with work and taking care of my husband's accident. Bree, I love you, sis. You have nothing to do with me not being a mod. Let me see. Bree says, if you know, no initials or words needed. Right, Bree, right. We knew. You see, Jill got right up on it. Jill said he knew exactly what he was doing, laughing at someone. Exactly, Jill. So that's why I say, yeah, some people, you know, I won't say we make excuses for them because we know. Sometimes sometimes it's not always clear, but sometimes we figure it out and we see what's going on with them. But then, and we try to give them a little leeway, you know. But as always, you give someone an inch, they want a mile. Okay, you give them an inch, they want a mile. And he kept asking for miles. Every time we give him an inch and he cut up, you know, okay, give him a breather. Let him back in because trying to be understanding, trying to exhibit patience, let him back in. It's okay for a minute. And that's what lets me know it's okay for a minute. Then he wants to take a mile again. So I was just like I said, I won't say, you never say what you won't do, but I don't see myself unblocking him. But I might. Who knows? I might. But after that right there, I was just done. Like, I was just so done. Jill says, you're welcome, Sassy. Brian says, there's actually two, to be honest, honest pride. And again, no names or initials needed. One is of color, the other is not. Mm-hmm. Right. Right, brilliant. You still can't see Sassy? And see, that is crazy to me. Because that's what I thought it was. And y'all, like I say, sometimes we just have to let stuff just be. Because like Jill said, don't sweat the small stuff. Now to me, it wasn't small when Sassy, when I couldn't respond to Sassy, like she could comment and I could, and my stuff, and I couldn't respond, and we could see each other in the chat. Yeah, and I think that might have been the reason I gave Sassy the mod stick, because I'm like, why I can't see her? Why she can't see me? So I made her a mod, and then once I made her a mod, it was like she could leave comments. Yeah, but I still could not comment. Even on my stuff, I could not reply. And that's how it was with me and Cindy. For some reason, I could not. So she modded me to see, and when she modded me, it was like, well, this ain't even working, because people in the chat could still see me. She still couldn't see me. So it was like, whatever. It was like, why even be a mod? Because she still can't see me. And then why would you know, sometimes you mod people. Like she was able to mod me because I went on her, whenever I leave a comment, like on a video or something, for some reason she could see me. So sometimes it's just be some YouTube stuff, y'all. Sometimes it's just, I don't know what it is. You know how people talk about the algorithm and all that stuff? Sometimes it's just be stuff you'll never know why it's happening. But it's like, I just kept saying that, and then finally they heard me or something. When I kept complaining about not being able to respond to Sonya, it's like Sassy, I'm sorry. It's like they heard me. And so then all of a sudden, I could respond. I don't know what was going on. But for a long time, I could not. Hello? I could not respond. She could leave a comment. If I hearted, it would heart it. But then if I refresh, it would say retry again or something like that. So I don't know. Sometimes people have blocked people or hidden people by mistake. But then if you go and check every place you've checked and you still can't, it's like you just have to wait for, hopefully YouTube will hear you complaining about it, I guess. And so that happened with Brilliant. I never did see Brilliant on any because you know you can check there are several things you can check. You check your YouTube. You can check when you go to their channel, tap those three dots and see if you've hidden them or something. And y'all know, like I say, my phone stay in my purse. I ain't gonna even lie. I probably have blocked many people before by mistake. Because once my phone is in my purse and it's not on lock screen, girl, I have wreaked havoc with a phone. Okay. When it's in my purse, and or when I would sit it on my nightstand, and then when the alarm goes off, don't ask me how, you're trying to shut off the alarm, and you wake up and you get up and look at the phone. All kinds of stuff is on your phone. So I mean, stuff happens. But there are places that you can go and check, and I checked all the places, and I wasn't able to see Sassy anywhere. So I was like, and then eventually one day, I was just able to leave a comment. So I was glad of that. And I think that's how I ended up modding Sassy, because somebody told me to try modding her and see if that would work. And so that's what somebody told. I told Sin modded me. She still couldn't see me. So what kind of mess is that to have a mod? And you like at least I could see Sassy in the lives. and at least she could leave a comment. But with Sin, see, it can happen so many different ways. Because with Sin City, she modded me because she could see my comments on, like Sassy, like I could see Sassy's comments when I ended the live and stuff. I could see her in the live, but I just could not respond to her comments. It was crazy. So even when she modded me after I left a comment, y'all, she still could not see me in the live. So it was something a little bit different. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what was wrong. Bridget says she can't see. To be honest, uh, she sees you, brilliant. So Sassy does see, brilliant. Sassy laughing. Let me see, Jill. I wasn't there for that one, but when I came back, I seen quickly the mood had changed, and you know, sis will let you know why she blocked you the way she is not. I'm not ashamed at all, because my thing is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter why somebody blocks you. Sometimes all people don't jig. You know, sometimes a person would rather not even say why, and if that's the case, I think it's like that. At that point, you just leave well enough alone. Brian says, I know Jill Sassy sees me, but I can't see her. What? Hold on. Wait, I'm so behind. So Sassy can see you, but you can't see her, Brilliant? See, that doesn't make sense to me. Brilliant is a mod. Jill says, yes, I be a few places he be, but I have him blocked so he can't see me. Okay, so you can see. Okay, Jill, because see, I always thought that, like, once you hit somebody or block somebody, that you can't see them and they can't see you. So if neither of you can see each other, does that mean you both have each other blocked? So if you block him, you can see him, but he can't see you. And so I guess if he had blocked you and you didn't block him, would it be he could see you and then you wouldn't see him? See, that whole block thing is crazy to me, because I would think that if you block somebody, then they shouldn't be able to see you and you shouldn't be able to see them. But I think what I read in YouTube is that if you block somebody, you won't see their comments on your channel. Now, when it comes to the lives, I don't know how it works. When it comes to the lives, I would still think that you maybe would see them and they couldn't see you unless you have each other blocked. Sassy, I remember that he was wrong for that. Jill wasn't having it. The princess let them know, right? I think he had too many chances. Sassy, I think he had too many chances. You must have her block, Brilliant. Check your block list. Yes, Brilliant says, Jill, you do. You done blocked him too. Sassy says she can't see Brilliant at all. Jill said, oh Lord, Jill said, plug. Oh my gosh, look, y'all, I can't even read it. I can't read it. Y'all see it. Y'all see what she said. Jill says, I try everything. It's being ridiculous. I even tried unsubbing to Sassy and resubbing. And yes, Jill didn't know no words needed. If you know, you know. Yeah, she had enough. Sassy says she saw you comment on her post and she tried to comment. See, that's what it used to do. Okay, that's exactly how it was doing with me and Sassy. Like, Brilliant was able to say something, right, on Sassy's post, but Sassy wasn't able to comment. So Sassy was able to say something on my stuff, and I wasn't able to reply. It was crazy. It didn't even have a little message symbol or anything. Sassy says, you are so funny. Sassy, I thought you were reading Brie. Yeah, Sassy, check your block list. Okay, Sassy, at least I get to hear your response when Lines Pride reads your comments. Thank God. And I love you too, sis. Thanks for clarifying that, because that would make me feel awful. Jill said she had enough, y'all. She had enough. Sassy says, I never blocked anyone. April says, I understand everyone doesn't get me, and I'm okay with it. Right, April. That's my thing is, too. It's like, We got to understand that everybody won't get everybody, and it doesn't have to be an issue. It doesn't have to be a problem. There are some people you just don't click with. You just don't click with. You just don't gel with, and that's okay. I think as adults, now if we were kids, that would be a little bit different. Because you got kids and everybody's so cliquish, and it might be the cool person who doesn't want to talk to you, but everybody else can talk to them. So what does that mean? That means, yeah, a few people might talk to you, but a lot of the people you want to talk to might not talk to you because they're cool with the cool kid. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we're adults. You should be able to just know, okay, we don't hit it off. That's kind of like siblings. Sometimes, when you have like more than two or three siblings, you have like maybe four or five, and a lot of times two of them are really, really close, and one of them can always explain the other one to the rest of the family. They always get them like maybe a little bit better than the rest of the family does. Jill says, I can't see him either. I just heard the content creator. Oh, okay, I got to say his name. Girl Dad says 100. Jill says, Sassy, sometimes you can block someone by mistake. Yep, you can. And then sometimes it won't even be in your studio. Like if you go to YouTube Studio, it won't be there. Sometimes you have to go to your Google contacts. Now, what I don't understand is how that happens. I don't, and sometimes if it's StreamYard, if you ban them in StreamYard, I guess you have to go into your StreamYard. And see, I had did all that. I checked my studio, I checked Google contacts that were blocked, and I checked StreamYard. Because StreamYard, you can ban people through StreamYard too. And she wasn't banned on anything with sin, so I knew then it had to be on like from her end, and we finally figured it out. Yep, Jill says, Sassy, sometimes you can block someone by mistake. You can have your phone in your pocket. Yes, I'm telling you, that phone in the purse and it's not on my lock screen. Yeah, I have done some stuff. Clicked on some things I would never have clicked on. Just hit things and didn't even, it wasn't even about me clicking on it by mistake. It was just like it was unlocked, or it didn't quite lock fast enough, and I just kind of threw it in my purse. And then once it hit some app, it went to some other place. Y'all should see, sometimes I have something on the phone, I'm grabbing that phone to see what the heck is this, making sure I hadn't tried to buy something. Because all it takes with these touch phones, that's why I ain't never mad at the old phones. Because with these touch screens, all you got to do is a piece of paper can sometimes touch it. It used to be real sensitive to finger touch, right? Now sometimes even a piece of paper can touch your phone and put you somewhere you didn't intend to go in your phone. Bree says she'll stand on business protecting her peace. I ain't mad. Bree says April showers. I know, right, Queen? Look at Jill saying damn Skippy. Yeah, I just don't and the reason I haven't really even a couple of times I did it, I felt like a little not really bad about it, but I was like, well, I just let him get a break. It wasn't that I felt bad about it, but I just thought about it. And I'm trying to be open to that person. But this last time, I was like, nah. Because I ain't gonna lie, there have been times where he could contribute to the conversation. But then what made me really kind of ticked off the last time was the fact that Jill was sick. And he was making a joke of it. He was laughing. And then not only that, I noticed that in other chats, he never does it. He never says anything inappropriate. And if he does, like if it slips, he cleans it up real fast. And you don't see it again. Or if he can't clean it up, he quickly apologizes. And what I noticed over in my chat is that you almost got to tell him, you did wrong. That was wrong. And he's apologized before, but then other times he wouldn't apologize. He would just dip. He would just leave. And I was like, okay. Brent says, girl, Dad, we ain't forgot about you, King. Your sisters need a check-in next live about tonight, King. Let us know, girl, Dad. Let us know what you're thinking. We don't want to see. We don't have to see anything. We're not nosy. We just gonna pay attention. We're just concerned. Let's make sure everything is cool, okay? Everything is cool, proper, and in order. Says, laugh out loud. My phone was in Zoom. It took me a while to unlock. For real? Wow. Jill says, I don't have time to play with children. Last pride, you give people chances, even yeah, I do. Because I'm telling you, the troll is a view. The troll is a view. That's why I say I don't be having time to be trying to be thinking about no monetization. I like to share what I want to share. Like I want to put up, I want to put up stuff that I want to share. And if they say, okay, we're gonna take this down, we're gonna say I ain't gotta be worried about, oh, let me go and try and do this, let me go and try and do that. I'm like, okay, take it down. Okay, because I understand that's people's intellectual property. But some people let you share their intellectual property. Shoot, they let you share it. Shoot. If you really focus, unless you do something to really, really, really go viral or something like that, who got time to be focused on that? Running back and forth in the studio, then you trying to work. Like, the heck? Let's all just calm down. Look at the bumblebee. Hey, Triple. Hey, Triple Headed Goddess. Welcome to the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Jill says, right. Jill said he better go play with his mama and not me, because the next room, it won't be pretty. I'm glad y'all can't see each other now, Jill. I'm glad. So that was why he didn't say anything to you. Because I was like, okay, he's a mod. He's speaking to me. So why he didn't speak to Jill? So now I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I know that's right, Brilliant. Sassy says, hey, girl, Dad. Brilliant says, hey, Triple. Sassy says, Jill, girl, you got me crying over you. He made Jill mad that day, y'all. I was like, oh. I was like, why you do that? Why you come over here and do that? Y'all, and then it was like, I think that was it. But I think right before that, he came over here asking me something about some Jamaican singles or something. I'm like, what? What? Girl, he was saying some crazy stuff. He was saying crazy stuff. And I'm like, okay, you don't do that in nobody else's chat. I don't see you do that in anybody else's chat. And then it was like, I don't know what it was about Jill. He always had to say something like really like ridiculous to Jill. I don't know what it was. And then about me, I don't know what it was about my channel when he thought he could just come do it. Now I saw him do it in somebody else's channel, on somebody else's channel before. But like I said, he would immediately apologize. He would immediately apologize because he didn't want to get kicked out. Jill said, hey, let's all just calm down. Triple-headed goddess, welcome, welcome, welcome. What you doing, girl? What you doing? Are you off work? Are you just getting off work? I won't disrespectfully on your channel, though, but I will catch that. Jill said she'll catch that arse in the streets. Okay? Someone else on these streets. See, Jill, you know what? I bet you he don't go to channels that go for that kind of stuff. I bet you he's never in channels that like that kind of stuff. I bet you that. I bet you he's never in those type of he's never in those chats. Yeah, he was asking crazy stuff. Look at Brid talking about we knows it. And look, she done ran Girl Dad off again. Girl Dad, where you at? Come back. Y'all, Girl Dad, where you at? I'm sorry, y'all. Girl Dad, where are you? Brilliant. You gonna scare us? We're not gonna get a report, Brilliant. We gotta get a report. We gotta get a report. On someone else's channel. Jill, I bet you. Well, you don't have to worry about it now. But I was about to say, I bet you won't come to your Has he ever been to your channel? Like before he started doing all that stuff? Had he ever been to your channel before, Jill? Sassy laughing. Has he ever been to your channel? Because I'm trying to remember, and I don't remember seeing him. I don't remember seeing him in your If it was a long time ago. But y'all, let me tell you, I should have left him blocked after he did this. He went over to, and I'm gonna say her name because because it's not, it's funny. It won't be no, she gets it. It won't even be no nothing about it. It was Miss Catherine. Girl, Miss Catherine was doing a live. He all in the live, y'all. It was like, I don't know if it was the same day that I did it or like a day or two later. He all up in her live. Y'all know how Miss Catherine does to grow your channels and stuff and come just, hang out and all this stuff. He all up in her live talking about Lions Pride blocked me, yada, 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 yada. I said, I know you effing lying. I know. First of all, Lions Pride got 2 parents. And there was no shot to Miss Catherine or nothing. It was what he was doing. I was like, first of all, Lions Pride got two parents. And a couple of sets of grandparents and, some great grands stuff, But Lions Pride got 2 parents. So why you taking the mess that you did, the mess that you created in my chat and taking it to somebody else's chat and then you whining talking about I blocked you. Now tell them what girl, I jumped in that chat so fast. I said, tell them what you did. Because the first thing Miss Catherine said was, that ain't Lions Pride. She ain't just blocked you for nothing. She ain't just blocked you for nothing. She said maybe it was a misunderstanding. And she even kept it neutral. She was even saying like, maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe, that didn't happen. Maybe you just somebody let her know and then she can fix it or, or not. But whatever happened, she didn't just do that. She don't just do that. So I was like, see, he didn't get the feedback he thought he was gonna get. He didn't get the feedback that he thought he was gonna get. Let me see. Brian talking about we nosy. Jill says he was mad because I told him to stop dropping his Cash App. I remember that, Jill. So was that what? I remember you told him that, but that was for his good. See, I don't know where he got that from, because I remember when he started doing that, because I had to pump him, I had to hawk him right over here, came over here talking about he was homeless and his mom was homeless, but then it was like, then he was living with his siblings or something. It was just a mess. It was a mess. So Jill says I remember that, but you was doing that to help him. Brian says, oh, Jill, oh boy, better walk tight. Someone else's channel. You don't do that. You don't do that. And I don't care, even if you're a mod, you don't do things like that in somebody else's chat. Look at Sassy. Jill says, yes, he do Lions Pride. He be in the, what? I know you lying, Jill. I know you lying. Wait a minute. The other one bothers me more, Lions Pride. Okay, there's enough. Yes, he used to come to my channel. I thought he did, but I couldn't remember for sure. He ain't coming over there because Jill gonna. he ain't coming no more. Jill ain't going. He's getting ready for tonight. He's going to be ready. Sassy, if you see his tail in my chat, block. Wait a minute. Jill, y'all got your own one. Y'all got your own one. Oh my gosh. Jill got frustrated all over again. I know. Y'all got your own one. I'm going to say y'all because I ain't do it. Yeah, that was too funny. Y'all been on here an hour and 45 minutes. What the heck? I was on my elliptical for like 45. I should have stayed on an hour. I ended up walking for an hour and 45 minutes. Yes, but y'all, it be so, sometimes that's what you have to do. You gotta laugh at the stuff sometimes. Sometimes you really do have to laugh at it. And but the most important thing to do is just to remove yourself from any situation, and when you can't remove yourself from the situation, and the fact that like sometimes you're in the same spots, in the same places, just block. Just block. Block is one of the best features ever. Block, just like scroll. The opportunity to scroll is one of the best things you can do sometimes. And as far as the features that YouTube offers, sometimes that block button is the best thing you can do. There are a lot of things that I wish, that that would allow you to do, as far as like, you know, people talking to you and stuff like that. Blocking is a good feature. It's a good feature. And as far as just us in general, using the ability to just using the ability to scroll, just do that. As soon as you see that you need to use that option, use it. Okay, use it. As soon as you see that you need to use your option to scroll, just scroll on by. You can scroll on by, you can stroll on by. You can do one, you can do either of the two. You can scroll on by or you can stroll on by. Do that. Just do that. Because it's easy to say don't get mad on here. But that's the least thing you should be doing. Like I always say, social media was meant to be fun, educational, informative, you know, a teaching tool, a learning tool. Somewhere you can go and learn how to cook if you can't cook. Somewhere you can go and figure out how to, you know, do the small things to your car that you may need to do. You know, somewhere you can go and learn to network, somewhere to go and knit, somewhere to go and listen to good conversation, somewhere to go and be motivated sometimes. Sometimes when you don't have anybody in your life that you can trust, you know, click on a motivational speaker. That's what social media is for. But of course, leave it to humans. Leave it to humans. Leave it to humans to always go for the bad. To always take something that's good and meant for good and to turn it into something bad. And even then, those who create it, they start to thrive off of the bad because the bad is what makes them money. And the people who are doing the things, thinking they're making money, they're not making a lot of money to be doing the things that they're doing, but they're making the app a lot of money. And that's no matter what app it is. That's no matter what app it is. What? And he did it once on someone's channel in the beef sector, and she was about to tear him a new. Oh, that's when I told him, don't do it. Helping him out. That's what I was saying. You was trying to help him out. Sassy says, y'all made my night because today was a long, stressful day. I needed to laugh. Jill, you was on point. See, we make Monday moves over here. We're making Monday moves. Money moves, but it don't have to be money moves. Sometimes we're just moving. We're moving into new relationships, okay? We're moving into new areas. We're moving into doing new things. And that's what we sometimes need to do on this app, the blue app, the other app. What do they call Instagram? What color is it? I don't know. What color would you say for Instagram? The red app is YouTube. The blue app is what? Facebook? What's Twitter? What is that? The white app? I don't know what colors you would put on them, but that's what we need to do sometimes. You don't necessarily have to. You can take a break. That would be healthy. But you can also just take a break from what you're watching. Get into another algorithm. Start watching different things. Start watching things that bring you nothing but pleasure, like nothing but joy. And then it'll kind of, once you start to do that, yeah, YouTube will kind of throw some of the old stuff out there. But if you just continue to just watch new places and go into new areas, it'll put you over into some new areas. Ladies, go watch those. Like I always say, ladies, go watch the car channels, Auto Body Mechanic. Go look and see what you need to do to just check your oil, to the proper way to check your transmission fluid, check your power steering fluid. Some things that you don't necessarily have to do, you know, at the dealership, that you could just do on your own. Maybe your money's running a little bit short. So whenever your money's running a little bit short and you can't really go to the dealership when you need to, those are the things that you can just check to try to make sure that you don't throw your transmission out, throw your motor out. You know, learn to do those things. Go learn to knit. Knitting isn't for old people. Knitting is for people who need to learn to be more patient. You know, it might not work at first, but just keep going there. Go watch the family channels. You know, go watch some little kids doing something great. Go watch couples channels. Go watch cooking channels. Whatever you're watching now, if you start to be bored, of course, take a break from the app altogether. But if you don't want to do that, just move into other areas. Move into other areas. Get you another channel. Build in other areas. Or take your channel into another area. look at Fan Princess. I know you freaking lying. Yep. See, I knew that when it happened, Jill was trying to help him. Jill says, oh, I had to block him so I wouldn't disrespect your channel. That's right. I know you like him. I like him, but he just did too much. That's why I said I'm not gonna say that I won't ever unblock him, but it'll take a while. It'll take a while because if I did and he did it again, then whoever he's messing with, then they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Because that's another thing when he's over here doing that stuff, I kind of try to steer the conversation to whereas if he's kind of like attacked somebody or says something stupid to somebody, I try to kind of steer them off of him or kind of keep them off of him. But if he were to come here and do it again, it's just going to be like, okay, handle your business. Handle your business, and now you're blocked. Bree says, Jill, you took a meeting tonight. Jill says, you guys made me laugh too. Man, that junk was funny. Jill says, girl, Dad, I can't wait to hear about your date. Hey, Albert, Miranda. Albert, you're late. Hey, Lions Pride. Albert, what you doing so late, bro? We about to get out of here. Catch the replay if you don't mind, but come on back tomorrow. If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back tomorrow for another Let's Walk and Talk Live, okay? Girl, Dad says, Jill, we'll see, but fingers crossed. That's right. That's right. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for peace, positivity, and prosperity, okay? Because without peace, there's chaos, and without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever the two of those things live, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. Don't let stressed out people stress you out. Don't let bothered people bother you. And when you find yourself in a misery lounge, leave. Go back to your happy lounge, okay? Go back to your happy lounge. Don't let people get you over there in that misery. You know, even in your happy lounge, you may not always be happy, but you don't have to be over in somebody else's misery lounge. Sometimes it'll come to you with an ugly face and you'll know it off the bat. And so you know to run the opposite direction. But sometimes it'll come to you with a pretty face and a pretty smile. But once you see the true them, get up out that misery lounge. Go home. Go back to your happy lounge. Albert says, hey, brilliant. Welcome back too. Everybody speaking to Albert. Yep, since we got those fingers crossed. It's going to be good, girl, Dad. It's going to work out good. It's going to work out good. And hey, just in case, somebody's going to work out, okay? Somebody's going to work out. Misery lounge, right? Access denied. Access denied. If you find yourself in there, leave. It's just like when I say when you're at home and things are going a little crazy, go outside and take a walk. If you're in the grocery store, go in the opposite direction. Somebody, y'all know how people like to do with those shopping carts. It irks my nerves when somebody comes up on your heels with those shopping carts. Up on your heels, it's just like when it's like, what's going on? Why are you on my heel with this shopping cart? People will ride your heel with their shopping carts. That is the craziest thing to me. Like, why are you riding somebody's heels with your shopping cart? The retirement days, hey, retirement days, did you come back? Have you been here? I appreciate you. Y'all know I appreciate each and every one of you guys. There's 10 people in here. What? I appreciate it. Y'all, we about to get up out of here. Y'all make me want to stay on here longer and talk to you because we ain't doing nothing but like my granny used to say, shooting the we just shooting the shooter. That's it. And that's all. That's all we doing. Have a blessed night, everyone. Thank you, Jill. You too. Daddy says, I was always here. I just don't talk in the chat much. Okay. Well, that makes me happy. That makes me happy to know. And you guys, please remember to support each other, okay? Remember to support positive content creators. Support positive content and positive content creators. Hit the thumbs up on your way out, please, and thank you if you haven't already. Thank you, Brilliant. Y'all heard Brilliant said, please do that. If you haven't, please hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thank you, Albert. Girl, Dad says, have a wonderful night, y'all. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, guys. I thank each and every one of you guys. I love each and every one of you for coming in, and we will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Sassy says, good night. Brilliant says, girl, Dad, you too. Bye, y'all.